Hi YouTube. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay. Um my letter was a little hard to write, but it's not anything that I don't think every day anyway. So to put it in paper, but yeah. I told my son I can't have him come in here and have be responsible to get him to a job or whatever. It's like I've got to worry about my future right now. So I've got people around me that have lack of self-control and they would monopolize my time and my life with nonsense. It's like I'm not doing that anymore. I've done that for a long time with a lot of people, just not just my kids, but even total strangers help people out. And that's why I've had enough. I've got to devote my time for me now to make the future of my life more peaceful and comfortable, and it's high time I do that. So yeah. But anyway, so that's what's going on in my life today. Yesterday, I have some videos a lot. I'll talk about the different bloodlines and what I refer to as like the Slavic or the Bohemian bloodline, which I have some Czech in me too, and German and Dane and all kinds of stuff. But uh, anyway, this bloodline that is like the first of, say, like the Phoenicians or whatever. I've got a video I'm going to share a link with from Jason from Archaics. It's about Vlad the Impaler, who was said to be Dracula and his story. But what's so interesting about the whole thing is how the Roman Catholic Church sent their men off in the Crusades, the history behind it, and these people, where they went from there, like up into Germany and different areas around the world, like England, even the Americas rather. And Jason knows, like I do too, that the first actual churches of Christianity were in England a very, very long time ago. And that's where Paul wrote his letters from. But anyway, the information this guy's got, and he can tell you where he got the information. He's got notes, he's got everything written down. He wrote books about it. And I listened for the facts, so, and he's got the documentation for you, and I know what I've studied and read, and from people that I believe knew and know more truths than the average person. So, um, what I am sharing what I believe to be the truth and history to help the scholars and those in theology trying to learn more about what the scriptures actually say or don't say, you know. So I'll share that. The first 30 minutes, it's a live stream. He's pretty much talking to people and taking questions. He'll have you write in capital letters if you have a question so it gets his attention. And then he goes on to teach on the um, life of these people and the migration of them. And there's so many tidbits of everything in there. I think you'll find it highly interesting and entertaining. It's like, God, well, like 200 minutes long, but um, take my word for it. He's a nice guy, so if you want to listen to the first 30 minutes, um, kind of getting to know him, or if you know him, or but if you skip ahead 30 minutes into like 35 minutes, if that doesn't capture your attention, I don't know what's gonna. By then, it's like, but I don't know. I would suggest maybe listen to the whole thing. But if you're pressed on time, go to the 30-minute mark and start it there. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised or not. If it's your bloodline, you might be a little shocked that somebody did that much study into the migration of people. And I mean, he goes so deep, he'll tell you stuff people ate and invented and wore. And I mean, it's and that's the way I studied people in the world too, their religions. I mean, everything, everything. So, um, yeah, big time badass video, you know. So I did, I turned it off and I went back to it. It's like last night I was listening to it after I ate, which was after midnight. So, okay, I didn't eat till about midnight and I hadn't done my exercises yet. So I got some leg exercises done and 30 push-ups before I even ate because I'm that stubborn now. I told you, now that I'm doing them, I'm not going to stop. If I do have a day where I need to take a break, now I can afford to. So it's like, yeah, it's horrible when you don't feel good. And I mean, if you can't exercise or if you're too tired, that's horrible. It's a horrible feeling. So, yeah. I try to really, really watch what I eat, but sometimes I get a little carried away. But last night wasn't too bad, but I did have chocolate. But I had chicken breasts with some mashed potatoes and a little bit of gravy. I don't like a whole bunch, so. And I didn't even eat a whole chicken breast. I gave a bunch to my cat, so about 2/3 of one. And some potatoes, not a whole bunch, but then I had chocolate, so. But if I exercise, I can eat anything I want, actually. It's just, do I want my hair to grow? Or, I mean, if I eat too much sugar, which I usually don't. I don't even like sugar on like cereal and stuff like that. So it's really just very little. If it doesn't have any, like Rice Krispies, I'll just put the tiniest sprinkle, you know, because you might not know it, but there's already sugar and salt in them. So, not Rice Puffs, but Rice Krispies have sugar in them. So, same with Cheerios. I was surprised. Now, here's a shocker. I was looking at what the Food and Drug Administration deemed to be a nutrition chart now, their new one. Like 20th on the chart, down on the bottom was ground beef, okay? Like 4 spots down, one of their top things was Lucky Charms. I don't know if you're familiar with that oat grain cereal um, that's magically delicious with fake marshmallows in there and high fructose corn syrup. And I don't know who these so-called experts are. Seventh on the list was Cheerios. That's made by General Mills and um, well, so is Lucky Charms. Huh, that's oddly curious. And a lot of the grains that they use are GMO, you know. Um, there was some things on that list. It's like, you people are just flipping whacked, whacked. I mean, I'll guarantee you, if you cook a hamburger and you cook all the fat out of that hamburger and all you eat is that, and you're going to have a lean body. That any fat on any kind of animal protein, butter, cheese, whatever, your body's going to utilize it. Now, if you mix that with sugar and a bunch of goofy hair, a bunch of carbs and stuff like that, you're going to cause like candida in your body, which is excess of yeast from sugar and carbs, that type of thing. So, which is kind of um, A lot of diabetics or pre-diabetic will have that, and I think that even see it's our fauna and flora inside us, with our acidophilus for the good bacteria. So, like if you have that under control, you shouldn't have any bloating from uh, sugar or carbs or anything you do eat. You should be burning it like with your protein. It should go into your body okay, but that's where a lot of people will go on low carb keto type diets and do a lot better um, making lean muscles. But in order to build muscles, you have to eat the right ingredients. Same with hair, in order to grow your hair. So, anyway, my my theory on the proof of my strength and my age concerning those two factors, and my education, and actually going to school for chef's class course and nutrition. So, and working for the state, planning the meals for the kids and stuff like that. So it's more than just an opinion. It's not even a guess. It's like I feel about a lot of doctors, and I do feel this way because if they're misleading people, especially in nutrition, and that thing that calls itself a woman that isn't a woman, that is the Surgeon General in my United States of America, I would say, would you like to come over to my house and spar with me, or even arm wrestle? Could we find out if your nutrition advice is as good as mine? Fucking bastard. Teaching people that freaking Lucky Charms are better than for you than a hamburger. I mean, not the carbs, not the bun. Bun, yeah, a hamburger bun has sugar and oil in it. You'd be better off just eating the hamburger if you're trying to watch yourself, and even allow yourself a handful of potato chips or something, or and a bowl of ice cream, than even eating that bun a lot of times, depending on like what you've had all day, if you've had any extra sugar or anything like that. It's just like brewing stuff in a kettle. If you were doing a witch's brew in your body, you'd have to think of the ingredients you were gonna put in there. So whether you're gonna explode or not, like them cows, they tried to say died from the heat. If you don't water your livestock after you feed them, all they had to do was give them cows a mouthful of grain and put them in the feedlot or the livestock, or even let them out, and they would die from the sugar building up in their body too quickly. If they didn't have salt or water, they'd just drop within a matter of hours. So that's bloating, you know. Cows can do that in the spring if you don't know not to let your cow out on green grass first thing in the spring. Um, it's like too sweet, and it has a lot of bugs in it, a lot of bacterium that's growing from the last from fall and the snow melt, and it's right in the grass, the new shoots, and the cows will get really, and you can tell if somebody's didn't take care of their cows, and you drink their milk in the spring, and the cow hasn't been kept around from a green pasture. You don't want that. You want it to grow some and build up. It's just like any kind of structure in life. You want it to build up its vitamins and its strength. even the grass, before you let the cows out on it. So, and don't hurt any green grass either. Know what that means? That's if somebody's actually really trying to be um, a God loving or fearing person, and you don't recognize that, and you step on them and you squash them. That's hurting the green grass. Green means like not totally broken, like a horse, or um, you're a new hand at something, like you're green at that, like you don't know it very well, but you're learning it, that type of thing. So, yeah. There's even a green horse. One of the horses of the apocalypse is a, considered a green horse. A white, a red, a black, and a pale or a green horse is how it's described. And that's another subject that I'm going to touch on, is people believing that the people that occupy Israel and Jerusalem at this point are the chosen. Look into these words right here. God divorced Israel and locked her away. So, metaphorically speaking, when you divorce somebody and lock them away, I would think that pretty much indicates that, yeah, they might have been chosen to be divorced and locked away. No, you know, what does it say? That's what it says. And um, the lost tribes were never truly lost. They never went anywhere. They went up into Syria, the Syrian countries and stuff. And it's just like Christ wasn't a Jew. You know, a lot of people, although Judaism and Christianity resemble each other, the same with Catholics and Christianity, it's not the same. It is not the same. A lot of people don't know that Moses was a murderer, and there's parts, I believe, that were written into the Old Testament that he may not have even existed. There is no physical record of him ever even having existed. Did you know that? There's no historical records of him. So, and that's curious that the Torah is based on the book of Moses exclusively. So, just just talking out loud. If you don't agree, I don't care. Do not care what you say. I don't care. Pretty much. You know, like I told my son, there's just certain people I don't want to be around. They don't have enough self control for me to even want to be around them in every way that they are. It just sickens me, and my heart cannot stand any more sickening. So if you can't strengthen my life in any way just by being a decent human, or just by listening or moving on, I don't need you. It's like I told my kid, I don't like him or his brother, and I love them. I wish them well, but I don't want these men around me. I don't want these people that are, even my own mother. She's, as far as I'm concerned, not all there. And people that are far left and liberal in too many ways, I don't want to be around it. It's like people, like I heard somebody say that some of the happiest people that he knows are gay. Yeah, I've known some of them too. Wait till you piss them off. They'll show you their true colors, okay, buddy? Just hang in there. God will help you recognize that. So, when something is deviated from the norm of what God made of families and life and what is actually truly real. And like I said, there could be two separate heavens, right? Well, there is, you know. And to some people, this is heaven. You know, to some people, this is hell. You know, but the ones that think this is heaven, they have hell waiting for them. The ones that think this is hell, we are already here. You know, that's our hell. Theirs gets worse, ours doesn't. So, because they never even recognized we were in hell. They were too busy having a good day. You know, that's that's the truth. I hope I don't get cut off. It gets sometimes it gets up to I do about a half hour, and if it does, I'll tell you I love you. I'm not gonna worry about writing anything or coming back today, but I wanna just let you know I do love people. I do. And it's even if there's some way, and like I told my kid, I don't want to be responsible for him, but he can ask Doug, you know. But I'm not going to worry about getting up and getting somebody to work and all that rigmarole. Um, my energy's my own right now in my life, and that's like a emotional vacation to me after all the caregiving I've done in my life. So it's like, no, and I'm not your average bear on any spectrum. So it's like, no, no, not even close. So, yeah. Oh, anyway, we have a pretty nice cool day. It was up to about, oh, maybe 72 degrees, maybe 75 right now. It's a little breezy, which is nice. And yeah, I didn't really do too much today except write that letter, and that's about it. Oh, I did do a load of dishes. I got to put them away too, but that's about it. And I won't have to cook because I have leftovers, so I'm happy about that too. So, yeah. So all in all, it's a pretty good day. And like I told my kid, he can find me on Facebook or YouTube. You know, it's like, yeah, I'll be there. But I told him if you want me to keep your business, um, like keep not let people know his business is what he asked me. Well, then don't tell me because I'll tell anybody anything, anytime, anywhere about myself, and I don't care. And that is the way I am. So if you want to keep a secret, don't tell me. So I don't do that. I don't keep secrets. You want to keep a secret? Well, guess what? Um, no, I won't say that. No, forget it. Okay. I was going to get a little mean there. I don't like people that tell secrets, okay, and keep secrets. I don't like it at all. You know, and people that you can't even tell me, like people they're like, oh, it's easier to show hate than it is love, but can you show love and um still tell a person off and still love them, and make that evident? You know, that's a trick. You know. So anyway, yeah. I heard the Canadian farmers are getting nailed. I didn't watch the video, but I might go back. There was one of Sean Baker, MD, had something on it, and I'm sure my Canadian friends are aware of it. But Yes, they're starting to do things to people who want to be self sufficient. And if you have your own land and you can actually do things and they can't control that, that's the last thing they want, you know? Well, real quick, I'll show you these agates I got from Doug's friend. I've never met the guy, but that's the inside of it. Let's see if I can see the layers. And it looks like a heart. Let's see if I can. Hopefully that'll come through. Nice, huh? Show you this side too. The layers of the earth. Local stuff. Maybe. It's hard to get that heart in there, but there it is. Yeah, you can kind of see it. And this one has fossils. It's a rose quartz agate. And the little holes in there are little animals, little fossils. Um, like right there is literally a little animal that got encased in lava. Nice, huh? I love agates. Oh, and here's another impression of a fossil. Some little, maybe a little leaf that felt like it has little veins, but it might show even better on camera. Could be a little life form. And there's another little hole there, so maybe the whole thing was alive. Like a bird or something. I have no clue. Anyway, so yeah, that was nice of him. You know, he's like, does your like, because Doug and him trade stuff. Does your like wife like rocks? Oh yeah, she's collects agates and you know, I used to have a really giant rock collection from all over the United States and samples of soil from all over the world. And but they got away from me, sadly. Yeah, well, I'll just leave it there. Oh, the soil I gave away, but my rocks were not given. So anyway, but yeah, but yeah, I still have another pretty. I would have had I would could have opened up. I still can open up a rock shop, and I had a guy that was interested in buying all my agates, and I don't think so. Not right now, anyway. Because around here, like Lake Superior agates and that, there even this blonde one, the rose quartz one, is worth quite a bit actually. You know, so. But I have ones that could be sliced into jewelry or different things, and I have some cobalt that is really precious because it takes you have to have cobalt in order to make lithium or batteries, and some computer components too use cobalt, which is the only also rock mineral that can be used in glass making for the color blue, which is kind of interesting. And it's well, it was at like close to $40 an ounce, and then I have a Meteorite collection, and they're magnetic. if you go out around where you live and you have a pretty good magnet and see if any of the rocks are magnetic, they came through our atmosphere and they have an electrical charge on them. And some of them will be charred and they'll start to rust at times, or they'll be mixed with some quartz or indigenous rocks, and sometimes like granite, or like the red is like a lava rock, and the black is like the indigenous slate or granite, you know. So, um, and you can't have that without what used to be sand from great oceans and the ice age receding. Well, I live where there used to be. This had to have been a volcanic area because of the this red that's in there. That's a volcanic. Um, it's called Insignious Rock. Not or it's indigenous, but there's another name that starts with it. It escapes me right now, but I think I tried to do that few months ago too with some rocks, but some things they just don't stick in your head like they should, you know. But other things do. That's the way people are. So, all right, I appreciate you joining me on Rock On. I love y'all. Thanks again. Have a good night or day wherever you're at. Peace.